What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another VOD breakdown. Today, we're going to be talking about Leviatán versus FUT in this group match. I mean, winner goes to playoffs and moves on. Loser gets sent home and gets to watch the tournament. This Leviatán roster, I don't really know what the actual problem with it is. I know that this all started in the offseason, where Com wasn't even supposed to be on this team. He was still in contract jail, and NZR or Nauzer was in this position to play on this team. I know the Brazilians are about loyalty, and when Com became available, they kind of just snaked him and just cut him off the team immediately. And I know someone specifically who didn't like that was Aspas. I know that he thought that was a fucked up move. And I just don't think that this roster is really like meshing well. They've had some nice performances in the Americas League, obviously, you know, beating some teams who are still trying to find their footing. I still think that they had a lot of like dominant performance over teams that we know and love, but they just really can't find their stride. If you're wondering what this setup is, or you know why this doesn't look normal, I'm currently at my friend's place right now. I live in Dallas, and we've experienced some like flash flooding. My power's been out all day, but I'm still trying to get these videos going. So on this piss around, the main thing that I want to break down here is how risky FUT plays and what they do, and how Leviatán kind of like fail to reciprocate the risk and kind of get punished for it. So in VALORANT, the idea of a 50-50, right? This is kind of just like taking risk per se, right? It's even footing. Things can go your way. They can't go your way. If you are a team who is not taking risk, okay, eventually you will slowly lose the value, right, against going up the risk. So if a team is taking more and more risk and you aren't, this will pay off way more often than yours, right? So what we're going to see kind of happen here is FUT run this B control, and they're going to get ready to go back into A here. I think this is good anti-shrouding from the coaching staff or the IGL, whoever kind of like came up with this idea, because now we can see, right, you know, a team that would normally set up the A line with this composition, their job is to flood, right? They have the Omen Blind, they have the Raze nade, they have the stun, they have the flashes, okay? They have the Dizzy, they have the Wingman, they have the Mosh, whatever they have it all to flood, okay? That is the point of playing the CT side on this comp, is to flood. Be in positions, okay, where you're not stuck in corners of the map, like over here, and you know, you can play spots like this, and you can move around seamlessly whatever direction you need to be in. So FUT is going to show that, this B main control. They're going to pause, and they're actually going to fake everything. So something that I really like that they do is they actually send the Wingman in. Again, in VALORANT, abilities mean a lot to people, right? So as soon as they hear that Wingman coming in, I mean, they just think it's the bomb, right? Now look at this. Okay, here comes the big rotation in. Utility's going to get wasted, but the main thing that they did is they used a lot as well. So they used the stun, they used the Omen Blind, they used the Wingman to get in, and they're not going in. Now this double walk A is coming up. The mistake that Leviatán is about to make here is they're not going to stick to the roots and flood. They're kind of going to pussy out, and they're not going to be able to come out into this short position. We're going to break down why that's bad. So once they're in a spot like this, right, and they kind of identify that it's not there anymore, and they kind of got like shook. I think King can hear the running away. They're going to run into the elbow here. The mistake that Com is making, okay, is that he isn't saying that no one's coming up short, right? He's in his camera. It's not like he doesn't know that. He's in his camera. We need to put a one-way up here, and we need to be able to come out short. Because the moment that we go out spawn, we're just going to get one weight off in this box, and people are going to be able to hold it from elbow, and we're just going to lose instantly, right? And that's exactly what happens here. So the cam, again, sees that no one's up. He pops the cage. He doesn't get into the bomb site. Everyone is running spawn. This is so newbie. You need to go out through short here, okay? And if you're, I don't even want to say if you're going to do this, because you should just never do this. Watch this one way just counter everybody. They try to cross over. They try to angle out. They can't peek with the stun. They throw their Dizzy. And now this is just free low for these guys. They're trapped all in spawn or backside. No one's able to come out short. Mr. Fallen gets a double entry, and everybody's going to fall, and King's going to get left in a 1v5. So we see FUT taking like a little bit of risk here, and because Leviatán kind of like decided not to, okay, they're being punished for it pretty heavily. So last segment we talked about taking risk, how it's good to do. Again, there's a time and a place for it. Okay. On the bonus, so we've talked about on this channel before, is that since you're coming into a round with weapons like this is the team, FUT, who's in the position to make the play, right? We don't really have to do anything. We just need to kind of like make them work hard and not really give anything up for free. So we're going to see a nice kind of like market trap come in here from FUT, which catches Aspas off and forces him to move back. Com's going to step up here and peek off this fault line and kill Ada Captain. 5v4 situation. situation. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you right now that you need to run into CT spawn and just hide, right? You know, there's nothing wrong with playing the advantage, and that's what Leviatán is going to try and do in this incident. What did we talk about with flooding and moving around? Okay, here's your dynamic duo, Tex and Mazzino on these agents on initiators. Okay, they're going to flood. They want to try to get involved in the fight as fast as they can. Okay, we're here. Comms backing up. Okay, we're kind of like resetting. We're going to take this peek. I mean, excellent shots, right? What more do you need now? That's all I would ask these guys right now if I could. What more do you need now? Okay, 5 versus 2. Bomb isn't down, sure, but now we can kind of like group up and kind of like play the bomb sites if we want, or we can kind of like back up and play like an info jiggle setup. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So we have one person in each of these spots. They're jiggling the aggro. They're making the enemies make the play. Nah, fuck it. Nah, let's just peek. Nah, this is fine. Like even when you peek here, now you know you've gone for too much, and like this is just like a sign. Like, you know, no one's here. You know, you should probably just stop now. Nah. It's a bonus. I'd rather peek them when they have pistols. Got to get some ACS. Am I right, boys? Oops, it's a mistake. King has the A line, and he's like, guys, they weren't A. Aspas and Com are like, guys, they weren't going B. So Tex and Mazzino, I mean, this is just a class job from you two. I mean, well done here. 3v3, 3v2 situation. Aspas on light armor against an outlaw. Still nothing A. King just being patient and waiting. Lev are going to kind of play this info game towards B. They're going to forfeit the bomb site and walk up to this position. Got to peek on timing. Of all people, this is probably the guy you don't want to give this to. Fuck it. I mean, let's just run at him. Why not? Let's just literally run at him. Fuck it. Yeah. I mean, this is fine. Com has to pull this off on his own. He can also just be patient with it. He's got it. Just get shit on. I mean, just absolutely shit on. Rounds like these, I just don't even know how you can even expect to win after with the amount of confidence that the enemy can gain from it. I mean, what a hideous attempt at acting like you know what you're doing. Now, normally what we talk about here, since FUT have won a bonus and then another save round, is how many ults they have online. The frags haven't been like crazily going in the way of the players who have them. Obviously, Fallen has his. Okay, Axis is one off. CNED's one off. Okay, so not bad. But the kind of like fragging group over here has their ults online as well. This is a round where I definitely want to see these kind of like get activated. I'd definitely be a little scared of the breach ult going into this and of the pace that FUT are going to continue to push. I personally don't think that they would do something like slowing it down or taking their time. They're running away with the game. You are trying to disrespect them, and they are punishing you for disrespecting you. It's when they have to come together, when the macro we're going to group up into another kind of B default that we saw in the pistol round. Last time they went back A, so they've shown like a couple options here. Mazzino's actually going to kind of like unlucky kind of get caught out with this smoke, right? Aspas goes to throw a Roomba and he gets caught out in the open, which is unfortunate. We have some nice layering utility here. And now we kind of like see Mr. Fallen not just shitting himself and, you know, just like ripping his ult instantly. He's going to wait for kind of like some sound confirmation here of where players are. It wouldn't really make sense for the defenders to play positions like this when they are up against the breach ult. Where are they going to play? Probably like a safer spot like market. Who's in a position to capitalize on that? Okay, you to J. So once they hear them in market, okay, ult's going to get ripped. He's going to backstab on the door. This is just a really nice play. He's going to get one. He's going to exist over here. Notice how his teammates are coming over to help. Even though they are dying, they are coming over to help, right? They don't want him to die. They know there's another guy there. Tex gets a nice shot here. Grax is going to live. UJ in mid, also living, waiting to reset. 4v4 situation. So now, again, winning all those rounds, right? When they're on eco in the bonus, these ults start to come online in the mid round. Tex trades his, gets detained. Notice how, you know, no one is really going for this like a ranked game, right? We don't start running at this guy with our knife out. We're still kind of playing the win condition. UJ has repositioned from mid to B main. He's now going to be able to get a camera on the bomb, and we have multiple ways to stop the defuse now. This is just really well played from FUT. This is why they're in the position that they're in, and they're a playoff team. Jiggle comes through. He understands he can't really get the kill. Another insta reposition, taking their time. Okay, so who's got first, who's got next, right? So first can be like the tripwire. If the wingman hits it, it, we can spray him down and kill him. Second tap can be the camera. Okay, third tap can be my fault line coming up. Fourth tap can be you wrapping in mid. Like, they don't run out of options. This is just really well done. I mean, if this team continues to try to play at the level that they did on this map, okay, they can really go the distance in this tournament. Wingman on, broken, not getting half. Waiting on the next tap to come out. Stun for the next tap. It's really well played. So Leviatán not really leveraging the ults that they have, don't really put themselves in position to use them properly. FUT 1 or 2 off. They run a simple strat with like a B pop. Okay, use their breach ult in like a cool way with someone backstabbing market. And now again, Leviatán are going to have to save. FUT are technically going to go up 6-0. And then on the round of 7-0, what are we going to have online, right? We're going to have the Rocket. We're going to have the Omen ult. We're going to have the Cypher ult versus, you know, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 ults over there because they haven't been able to use them. So well done. We've talked about it once. We're going to continue to talk about it. I'm never going to stop talking about it. We use ults to win rounds, okay? Extra utility that we've spawned in with that's usually really difficult to deal with. We need to get this rolling. Okay, is this game 11-11? No, it's not, right? It's 0-8. Leviatán, you need a fucking round here. You need to get 2 or 3 at least. You got to flip the momentum. You should be comfortable over investing to try to get across the finish line. Obviously, shit isn't working. Aspas is 1-10. Okay, you are over peaking. Okay, King isn't 30-5, carrying everybody like he normally is. We gotta really work together here and make sure that we carefully, okay, convert these situations. There's nothing wrong with going a little over the top on it. We're gonna see a 4v3 situation come out here. Okay, Calm gets a kill. He hears the Thrash come out. He's going to reposition, and he's going to get his ult. So 9 seconds left. We're about to find out where everybody is. Okay, we kind of understand that these guys are double elbow. Now there's one solo top mid. The 3-player pack is going to push this with the flash. They're going to convert this kill. Time's getting low, right? You can't really like contest like the plant here, okay? And if you're going to, what do we have to do that? That's great. Thrash. Absolutely. So we can play the 4v2 with Thrash on the retake, okay? Or we could play the 4v2 Flood, okay? Thrashing to get in and then trading, right? We don't see either of those come out. We see Leviatán, the team in the advantage, play so scared and just freak out. And this type of stuff cannot happen on teams that are supposed to be favorites in our region, championship or international level winning teams. No, we don't see it here. We just see a literal freak out. One by one by one, and now we poop our pants and ult. Now we do it. So we're not okay with using an ult to win a round, but we're okay with panicking and ripping an ult trying to salvage a round. Make it make sense. Help me understand. After a complete blowout on your own map pick, a 13-1 loss, I mean, it really sucks to see and just kind of like feel that knowing you're going into your opponent's map pick. To be honest with you, I'm sure that FUT have a good understanding of what they want to do and how they want to do it on this map, but I think I'm just more or less confused on like what value the agents bring, right? Not having to deal with the raze is so nice. Okay, not having to deal with like the recon initiator like Sova or Fade is so nice. This solo initiator breach and then single duelist jet is just, I just feel like it makes the map hard to play. And again, you know, everybody has their own understanding and things that they want to do, but I think that Leviatán, this is a big comfort map for them. This is a map you see in a Leviatán series probably every single time, if not. I don't know how necessarily the bans went, and they took away one of FUT's really good maps, so they had to go with this like secondary pick of LOTUS. But I think if we saw a different map here, it would have been a clean 2-0. Leviatán are kind of now in like the nothing to lose kind of like mentality, right? You just got slapped around and humiliated, right? You need to really like dial it in now and like show these guys like why you're here, why you're renowned as this like top team like in your league, why you have previously been considered like, you know, even like a favorite, or not necessarily a favorite, but just like a team that has a chance to like do something in these international events. And you know, we're going to see like an inkling of that here. So starting on this pistol round, okay, we're going to see kind of like a B wall come out here. Wall's going to go up, and we're kind of like slowly working this here. I don't think this is just like an instantaneous commit, but since there's no resistance, they're kind of like scared. Remember, when we're operating against the breach, okay, the main speed that we operate on, we have like 2 speeds, right? He used his stun or he didn't use his stun. So when he didn't, right, you're going to see movements like this. 1, 3, 1. These guys are trying to get the stun out, right? They're trying to bait the trap. They're trying to figure it out. If they get stunned, right, the extremity players can take pick the space on the other side of the map. If they don't get stunned, okay, the extremity players should be scared, and they should be saying, like, okay, maybe it's towards me then. Maybe it's towards me then. Let me figure it out. So they're going to sit. They're going to pause. CNED's here now with his deagle, trying to look for a kill. He's going to get a nice first blood onto Aspas. And the 5v4 is now going to come out. So notice here how technically they're not really going to play for everything. Yes, UJ is still here, but he's kind of been set up by CNED to like mask that he's not even playing here, and he's just looking for a kill off of his trip. And we immediately see like a buddy up system come in where no one is really left on their own, and they understand that Leviatán now need to make the play here. They're going to regroup to a weak side. Pretty standard stuff so far. Seeing if there's some sort of insertion. King, very common in IGLs. He's probably going to be able to try to solo fake this or act like he's still here to scare them on timing. Okay, when you see the IGL in this position, it's absolutely something that's very obvious. The solo IGL fake. It's very, very obvious. Slowly working around, seeing if there's a trap, trying to have some good spacing. We're going to do a little bit of a pump here, trying to see what the reaction would be. They didn't really have a lot of resistance. They still end up breaking the door. Mizzino's going to get stunned here, and now they're going to go back to B. So this is well played. You know, they understand that the main, again, dynamic of defense is flooding, right? So the moment when you're in a big, safe advantage like this, as FUT is, you're going to be in spots, okay? Deep positions of contention where you can't really get caught out, and you're going to run to the noise, right? So this is a nice call from King. He ends up opting out of the solo fake, and he wants them to work for him so he can call them back. 5v4, FUT are going to take their time with their rechargeables, and they're just going to blow up this bomb site. Zeno's really backed out and kind of out of the round. And I think that especially once they see him here, they're going to kind of like ignore him, right? They don't need to run at him. They are the ones who need to make the play, right? So now they can kind of like regroup and play the objective that is this bomb. Okay, boys, he's rubble. Okay, there's only 3 in the bomb site. Let's play for the bomb site. Fuck him. Captain is still just trying to be really patient here. He ends up getting timinged. More run-through aggression in the man disadvantage. Cracks is going to tap. He's going to hold the push. Mizzino's going to go in. Calm's going to get a trade. 3v2. No more plant denial. They're going to clean it up. So Leviatán did have a chance there to, you know, make some sort of little queue or some system. I got first, you got next, whatever it is. But they end up going at the same time, and they get punished for it, right? You need layering in a moment like that. Another kind of like good attempt at winning a round, but more of like a failed execution by Leviatán. I don't know if this is a lapse in comms or whatever it may be. The bonus round that I grilled them really hard on, you know, that was kind of like the start. Okay, they had 2 people on Sunset and middle. Okay, Yedajay was bottom mid, and King came out blinding a position that he wasn't in anymore. So something's going on with the way Leviatán are communicating, and I can't really figure out what it is. I don't know if it's someone being too vague. I don't know if it's too many people talking and there being too many ideas on the table, too many cooks in the kitchen, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to see a nice example of it here. So our standard A control is going to come out with no resistance. Mizzino's going to tap the door, and the boys are going to start scaling forward. So again, no resistance here, right? No utility has been used other than a one-way in the tree room, okay? And you see Cracks holding his stun for the run-in on that if they continue to contest it. A good call here, probably by King, since he's in the pack. He's gonna say, let's go for a little more. This might be the weak side here, okay? Let's take a peek into stairs and like see if we can catch someone rotating off. We called that at 125. Because of how often Lev like to hit the split beat. Yeah. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. 13 seconds go by without contact. Mizzino, why are you not fucking blinding tree? Someone throw utility into the bomb site to make them distracted and scare them. This guy is literally just face checking both sides. He's just getting uber value. In tree, out tree, in tree, out tree. He sees Tex up on this position marked here by stairs. What's he gonna call? Okay, no one's tree, no one's here. Carry your stairs at a captain. And he's going to peek with the Phantom, and he's going to get free kills. 13 seconds go by without us making any noise except for Mizzino just spinning the fucking door like it's a dreidel. I mean, it just makes no sense. Immediate 4v3 with full containment. Now he rips his blind to take a 1v1. He's going to swing a little too far and get caught off here. It's a BB2 situation. As you can see, Jay has started to reposition his trips based on these B ends. So it looks like he's moved this trip up at the start of the round that was here since they started A, and then he has one here that someone can play off of because they've been ending through the secret door so much. Hat's going to come in. What have we talked about? Using ults to win rounds. That's correct. Excellent call here. Okay, it's not that they're necessarily unknown, okay, or that FUT is scared. They're just playing and keeping the advantage. What's the point of holding on to it for a perfect situation? Just rip it now to win the round. Absolutely. Absolutely. Double reveal is going to come in. CNED's going to go to this position. It's very often not cleared. Okay, Leviatán are now going to pump a little bit. So they're going to kind of like fake that they did this like double run in. They clear it, dropping an alarm bot, and they're trying to walk back A to see if anyone pushed. And again, nice trigger spin play there, and another round loss for Leviatán on their own behalf. Leviatán on the back of some great individual moments, specifically from Aspas, King, even Texmas. You know, I mean, everybody's kind of like had their round at this point. And again, that kind of like point that I made, I didn't really dive in too deep on, but again, like the solo initiator breach on top of like the solo duelist jet, I just think it's really hard to convert this map. I'm sure they're comfortable on it, and again, I know they have a system that they believe in, which is, you know, even better than playing the meta, but we're going to see that slowly fall apart. Okay, Leviatán kind of like easily is winning a lot of attack rounds. Okay, their defense is very difficult to kind of like break apart when you're running up against this comp, and they've kind of just been owning them, playing with like a lot of confidence here. The thing I like to showcase is just, again, rushing the win. I don't want to go as far as, you know, calling Leviatán a team that's never going to see a championship, but I think that the discipline, the fundamentals, I think that they just go so far in this game. And if you're ever confused on what that means, or, you know, you don't understand, you can look up G2, and then if you don't want to look up that, you can look up the guard. So G2, again, previously the guard, they are kind of like renowned on fundamentals. And they're a team where if they don't have their fundamentals, they aren't really converting anything. It's like their absolute like priority. And I feel like these teams that we watch sometimes in Americas, it's like the other way around. Individual moments, spur of the moment plays, opportunities, like that's what makes these teams good. It almost kind of like reminds me of the Boston Celtics basketball. It's a lot of like ISO ball, like we're better than you play style, rather than like actually like converting proper situations and like taking like good shots, etc. And we're gonna see that again here. This lacking of discipline, this lacking of fundamentals. A all or nothing kind of like play is coming out here from FUT, right? Last round of the game, they're forcing all the money they possibly have. Okay, they're just like running it down C. Yeah, Jay's gonna get a nice first blood here. Tex and Mazzino are gonna get some good trades. Cypherult's gonna go in, they're trying to live. Now we have 3 people here, and we're getting ready to triple swing. This is great, right? This is great. They're using their numbers, they're overwhelming here. Boom, right? Get this trade here, 3v1. Make this guy work hard. 3v1, right? The bomb is down. If I'm King, I can path to this corner. If I'm Tex, I can just tuck in this corner. And I can just wait. This guy has to make a play. He's stuck front B. Calm fuck with him. You got a Prowler. Try to live. You can peek out when he opens the door. We can give this guy the bomb and we can run away. Okay, Tex, you could peek off me when he comes out of the door. Anything like this can be good. No. No. Let's just double hold him. Let's just peek into him on half HP against a Guardian. That's fine. So, again, the guy that's continued to punish you, the guy that's continued to deal with you disrespecting him, he's going to do it again. And Leviatán really has a chance to lose this map. Okay, but they're going to go the distance and they're going to barely close it out. But I just want to highlight again like how important moments like this are, man. You cannot let people on this level, okay, constantly have these moments time and time and time again. Like their aura is just growing. It's just so hard to deal with over time. They just get to play the clutches, right? They get to feel what it's like to be disrespected and like shove it back in your face and have you deal with it. Calms down in an almost unwinnable position. 2 trips, camera. Calm's going for a flank. Who would have thought? Calm flanking. Time's ticking. Camera has all points of contact. Dark goes into tree that he breaks. Gets a nice tag here. Still has a trip to protect himself. Calm's going to have to take the target out. Goes for a pre-fire here. Doesn't convert. Knows that he has the trip to play off of. And I mean, this is just a nice play here from Jay. Just kind of like knowing how he wants to play out that clutch and what he wants to do. And now a game that's supposed to be closed out, a complete momentum shift for Leviatán, face checking them, owning them, right? Just having better team play. It starts to crumble when they get just excited in these situations. And now FUT are going to go on a streak. They're going to win a bunch of rounds, and Leviatán are barely going to close out this map. And FUT is going to keep the same energy going into the next one, right? Boys, we almost had that. These guys are giving us the opportunities, right? They feel like they're in the advantage the entire time, and I feel like Leviatán don't. I feel like they're always trying to force it, and it's really unnatural and uncomfortable. So our last talking point here again was about the difference of closing out a map 13-11 compared to 13-6. So again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that FUT are totally different players because of this scoreline, but at the end of the day, they know how close they were to 2-0ing this map, and with Leviatán snowballing away this lead, right, going up 6-2. Okay, it was 5-1 at one point. FUT understand that they've been in this position before, and they're not shaking right now, right? But again, if you have that 13-6 win and you're showing them a similar kind of start how you did last map, they're like, oh shit, here we go again. But they aren't in that mentality yet. They aren't in that kind of like feeling yet where, their hope is lost or whatever it may be. So we're going to see this 4v3 retake come out here. We're going to see kind of like a pretty standard misplay that happens a lot in these situations, and it's going to get down into the 1v2 here. Mr. Fallen and CNET are just trying to like bait noise for UJ here. He's going to get one. He's going to peek and get traded. 3v2. They understand that U-Haul is kind of like the position that they have left. Now at the double reveal, they get to be able to make a play. So they're going to pop their orb, and they're going to half the bomb. Undefusable with the nade and the satchel coming in. Now, once this kill happens, really good job from Mazino here. He's on to ace. Now, I think he's just a little too horny in this moment, right? We're going to see CNED in a really hard pressure position. Okay, King's going to get on. Look how early Mazino's giving the fight. I need Mazino here. I need Mazino out here, making it to where he has to come all the way out if he wants to get this kill. You have to make him work harder here, Mazino, okay? If he's 1 HP, okay, I understand this fight a little more. All you have to do is hit him once, and you can pre-fire him, potentially off sound. But Mazino needs to back up, and he needs to get on a deeper angle and almost bait King, the diffuser here. Make sure that CNED has to fully commit and come get him off. But he's face-checking too fast, and he's going to fall over. FUT's going to get their third round, and they're going to begin to kind of like come back on this map now. You could tell me that I'm reading into this too much, or, maybe this isn't the reason that Krax is playing like this, but at the end of the day, I fully believe that the big momentum shift that happened, Leviatán previously up 6-1, now tied 6-6, okay? They lost the first map 13-1, and they barely won the next map 13-11. FUT has no reason to back down. They know they are the better team right now, and in this moment, they're going to start playing like it. If this was the first map of the series, first round of the series, I do not believe that Krax would play it like this, but because of kind of the stuff that he's tolerated and the position he's been in, he's going to face check this. He knows he is better than you, right? Whether you believe it or not, he believes it, and he's going to show you why. Instantly put in the 5v3, space has been taken, dropped to a 5v1. Mazino with a deagle, who's been pretty on fire, just not even just the map, just series in general, hitting some nice shots, but now FUT. Okay, again, down 1-6, now winning 7-6. They're gonna run away with it, and you had the chance to stop them, but you fumbled. I love this little trick play here from FUT. I feel like this team has showcased this time and time again where they just have a really good understanding of how they play these maps. I know I was shitting on them for the Lotus a little bit, and I still, do truly believe the Breeze Shoal Initiator and the Jet Solo Duelist is really hard to win with, but they're constantly bringing out different agents on maps and making it difficult for people to kind of problem solve or read into it, right? I'm sure that Leviatán hasn't really scrimmed against this before, okay? I used to run KO on this map. It's something that we kind of like strayed away from for the time being. Not that necessarily we couldn't figure it out, but just maybe it really wasn't the right fit for like our team in general. And again, FUT, I feel like they have like this cool like dynamic on how they play these maps where they have a lot of people in comfort roles and they believe in their system and they have the things they have set up. So the knife is going to come around here, and on the timing of the knife landing, the double swing is going to come through, right? So you're trying to catch someone like Tex looking back at the knife. I think this is just a crap, lazy setup from Leviatán. I don't understand the point on the bonus. Okay, they're against the bonus. How many times do we have to fucking go over this? Against the bonus, you're instantly walking up hookah. against the KO, against the Omen. Okay, two agents that can do like these like fast cringe plays over here. Not that they did in this regard, but still, I just don't see the point of waiting and checking the aggression. Right, half your team is, but the other isn't. Like this is literally just straight autopilot, and they're going to lose text because of it. What's our immediate kind of like reaction to this? Com's going to cheat over here, and they're going to get ready to double swing another close range angle on the bonus. And they're going to be surprised that it doesn't go their way. So I have Com committing to the fight, and then I have Aspas pussying out. Pick one. Throw your nade and scare this guy. Do something. You guys are running out of space and room. Now you take a 50-50 in the smoke, get revealed. These guys are going to try to like limit risk now. Smoke's going to come through. Mazina's going to get a Christmas present. A bullet in the head over here through the smoke. Fallen has now thrown his flash high on the lurk wall. He knows no one's there. Ada Captain is still holding this. They know they can't get past it. So Satchel play comes through. King left in a 1v3 against a bonus where they had no map control. They didn't take showers, they didn't take short, they didn't take long, and they didn't take hookah. And I have a fucking ad. You've got to be fucking kidding me. This round, I'm not even going to get mad at Leviatán. I want to showcase this because this is just what happens in this game. Sometimes people are going to have rounds. But again, going back to that point about confidence and just their feel in the situation, they aren't nervous. They know they're the better players. They know they're the better team, and they're going to showcase that whether Leviatán or anyone believes it. So we're at a 1-4 walk down long setup here after the smoke fades. King's going to go 1-for-1. The immediate reaction from Leviatán is going to become clean this up and make sure they don't push for this gun, okay? It's going to be a little disjointed, all right? These guys are going to hit shots that normally I feel like they either might not hit or gunfights these Mazino White win, right? Okay, this guy's almost has 30 kills and we're still in regulation. All right, he's going to get dropped now. Tex is going to throw a flash. He's going to get one and then get traded out eventually. But, I mean, these are just nice shots, and at the end of the day, this is just what it is. You know, when you're going up against a team who's confident, when you give them opportunities like this, they're going to run away with it, and that's why I stress so much about using ults to win rounds, right? Being careful when you're up against this eco or the bonus, and making sure that you are put in a position where you can convert it, because it's just going to snowball out of control. The ults, the economy, the confidence, the feeling in the game. So many things are just disregarded in these moments. Fallen backs up here. 3v3 situation walking in. I mean, look at this. 1 HP. Bang. Immediate reposition, getting ready to wolf for the flank. Cine takes his timing, shoots Tex in the back of the head. Aspas isolated kind of like into this hooker or spawn push position, right? They know that he's either in one of these two spots with that wolf clearing all of sight and octagon, so they're going to smoke off one of them and deal with the other one. Just take their time, make sure they can convert this, and Leviatán now again is just going to be the reason that they fail, right? Like they just put themselves in this position where it's just hard, right? And it's something they could have avoided. Overall, as a Leviatán fan, something I've explained many times before is that this is not the end, right? This is a huge learning experience for this roster. Okay, you have an uncharacteristic performance from Aspas where he isn't doing the absolute best. I think King and Mazino stepped up definitely today. Calm still trying to find his stride on this roster, and Tex I feel like isn't in the position to be on the most comfort roles possible. We talked about the start of the video where this team really isn't just like working well together. I don't necessarily think this is a breaking point, more of kind of just like a wake-up call where I think that they were this dominant, scary force, arguably the best team in Americas. They barely sneak into this tournament as the third seed, and they end up going out in groups to teams, in my opinion, that aren't actually better than them on a kind of like a one-on-one scale. But in terms of their problem solving, right, the way they play advantages, the fundamentals that they bring, how drilled they are, that's what they're missing on, right? I need to see kind of like a full commitment to these guys, to the system that King is creating, that Gokid is creating, their coach, and again, like really showing that they have this championship level caliber. Because again, this is what you're playing for, right? At the end of the day, yes, Masters are important. Okay, yes, the regular seasons are important because you need to get into the tournament. But at the end of the day, okay, Champions is there, and it's not about, you know, who is the best going up to it. It's about who's the best when they're there. So you got to use these losses kind of like as to learn from them and put yourself in a position where you can succeed. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you all for the support I've received recently. Make sure you guys are with me on all my socials down below. I also do stream on Twitch. Everything is linked down in the description. If you do want to get better at the game and want to get coached by me, you can join my Discord and check out my options. I coach all players, all regions. Anything works for me. Then again, thank you. I appreciate everything. Tito, I got here. Deuces.